Okay, I need 11 players on the field. Where's Dante Fowler? Dante, where are you? Oh, I'm here, coach. Remember my breakout 2019 season and how good I was in 2017? Get me on the field. I'll do even better than I was in 2019 and 2017. We said that last year, but whatever. I'm here, coach. I was terrible in 2020, but I had a pay cut, and I'm motivated to do better because of that. Improve. I don't need a pay cut. I need a big contract extension. I promise I'll do better than I was in 2020. Fight for Dan Quinn. I guess those are some good points. Get on the field. Wait a minute, there's 2 Dante Fowlers. I'm good Dante Fowler. Even though I always disappoint the very next season, I promise I'm not a fraud, and you will get a breakout season in Dante Fowler. I'm bad Dante Fowler. I always have these disappointing seasons, but I give off hope in proving I will do better than I was in the year before. Okay, which Dante Fowler am I going to have in 2021? The good Dante Fowler or the bad Dante Fowler? I'll get it. Okay, honestly, can someone else not named Dante Fowler get on the field? What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. And welcome to an annual series that I will be doing on Rise Up Rundown, and that is predicting every offensive and defensive player stats heading into the season. I actually made these videos last year, kind of just for fun, but I am definitely interested in doing this every single year, as I'm pretty sure we were all kind of in agreement that it was kind of fun to predict what every player is gonna get numerically and statistically, you know, in the season. So I think I'm just gonna do this every single year. Now, last year we actually did offensive stats first and then defensive. Well, this year we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna do defense and then offense because, for one thing, I'll just admit it, I'm more of an offensive than a defensive guy anyway. So I'm kind of just saving the best for last in my opinion, but I think offense should be saved best for last anyway, because offense looks like it's going to be more entertaining with Matt Ryan and Arthur Smith. How well are they going to do there? Calvin Ridley's always fun to talk about. Kyle Pitts coming in, where the defense, I do still stick to my words on what I said way early 2021, where I don't think the defense is that atrociously bad, but it also could use a little bit of help. Now, I am going to have to just kind of skim through this because I am kind of in a big time rush right now, so bear with me here. I am going to have to speed it up, but let's have fun and let's just get straight into it. Starting with the most polarizing player on the Atlanta Falcons, Dante Fowler Jr. Oh gosh, are we going to get the good Dante Fowler to where you're wondering if we should give him a huge paycheck and keep him in the future? Or are we going to get the bad Dante Fowler where you question why he got a paycheck and if you should keep him in the future? I don't know. I mean, he always does good in odd-numbered years, right? In 2017, I think he had 8 sacks. 2019, 11 and a half sacks. 2021, oh gosh, I guess that means he's going to do well. But then if you look in even-numbered years, he sucks statistically. But how can you just guarantee that because it's an odd-numbered year, he'll do good? Whatever the case is, I gave him 21 solo tackles, 7 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. I do think that pay cut is going to motivate him a little bit to play better, and I think Dante Fowler actually is a little capable of doing better than he did last year just anyway. So I don't know, let's just see what he's got. Grady Jarrett, the man. Now, he is the exact opposite of Dante Fowler. He is anything but inconsistent. He is consistently great and easily the best player on our defense. I gave him 28 solo tackles, 7 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. I don't think I need to explain more. He's just that good. Moving on. Then we got Tyler Davison, more of a run stopper than anything. I gave him 30 solo tackles, 1 sack, and 0 forced fumbles. Oh yeah, by the way, I hope you like the little edit I made there where you kind of would maybe see what you would see if you looked up this player's stats on ESPN. So I hope you kind of like the cool edit. John Kaminsky, we'll see what he's got, I guess. I gave him 14 solo tackles, 1 sack, and 0 forced fumbles. We'll just see. Like, I kind of believe in him and I kind of don't. We'll just see. And then the last player that, well, no, not on the whole defense, but just, you know, the defensive line that I really want to talk about is Marlon Davidson. Man, what an unlucky year he had in 2020. That is not how you want to start off your career in the NFL. just not doing that well on the field in general, but most of the time you couldn't get on the field because you were sick or injured. What a terrible year for Marlon Davidson. I think for sure he does bounce back here. Now, do not be, discouraged by the statistics I gave him here, because while statistically it doesn't look like that much for him, I think that's actually kind of quietly a step forward for Marlon Davidson. I gave him 15 solo tackles and 2 sacks, 0 forced fumbles. It doesn't look like much, but for someone that's kind of just trying to get his feet wet into the NFL, I think that's actually a step forward for him. So we'll see. I don't expect anything crazy from him, but man, I'm so rooting for him though. I want him to succeed. Then you move on to possibly the most complete part on the Atlanta Falcons as a whole, the linebackers. And man, I have a lot of high expectations for the linebackers here, starting with Deion Jones. I don't need to talk about this too much. 73 solo tackles, 1 sack, 0 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions. I think this sounds about right. Deion Jones is just good. Moving on. Now we're going to talk about one of my favorite players on the Atlanta Falcons as a whole, Foye Oluokun. I'm not going to give you this whole spiel on how I was right and not surprised on how he did good last year and blah, 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 like I always do. Instead, I'm going to say that he's going to get 69 solo tackles, 4 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles, and then 1 interception. So yes, I'm expecting him to do that good. Maybe it's a bit of a stretch, but we'll see. I think he actually has potential to be that good, at least statistically. So I think it'll be a pretty good year for Foye, and I think he's actually kind of looking to get a contract extension soon anyway, so maybe this is the year. Another player that I'm super high on, and I will admit, I guess I kind of just forgot about him because, man, statistically, I might just have him as a sleeper breakout player for the Falcons heading into 2021, and that would be Michael Walker. Michael Walker, I was wrong about him. I did not expect him to do that good in his rookie year, and now here I am saying he might be a breakout candidate on the Falcons, and I kind of wish I added that in my breakout list video that I made a while back. But anyway, here are the stats I gave him. I gave him 53 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 interceptions. I think it'll be a very good year for Michael Walker, and we'll just see what he's got. And now you move on to not so optimistic takes here, but at the same time, not so bad takes at the same time. We got the secondary. It was a problem last year, and I still kind of think it's an issue here, but I think it got better. I think it got a little better than it did last year. So let's get straight into it. Isaiah Oliver. I gave him 42 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception, and 9 passes defended. Now, I will say, I think Isaiah Oliver will be a little better than he was last year. I don't think he'll seriously go his whole career in the NFL as a starting outside corner without an interception. So Isaiah Oliver, not expecting a lot from him, but maybe he'll do better than he was in years past. So we'll just see. Now, AJ Terrell, on the other hand, I expect him to make a huge step up, and you might say that these predictions are a bit of a stretch, but I don't know, I'm kind of expecting it. I'm expecting 61 solo tackles, 7 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, and 8 passes defended. That might sound like a bit much, but at the same time, hey, AJ Terrell might only be better from here on out. He was already good last year. He proved me wrong. And I don't know, I'm expecting a lot from him. The 3 forced fumbles are especially because AJ Terrell is just a lot more physical than I thought he was going to be. So there's that. I just really have high expectations for AJ Terrell, and I hope you all do as well. And let's hope for good things from him. Now, at nickel corner, I just frankly don't really know who's going to start anyway. I bet most people are actually going to say Darren Hall, but I still think Kendall Sheffield. I still am going to give Kendall Sheffield 40 solo tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions, and 3 passes defended. We'll see what he's got. Like, we haven't really seen him reach his full potential yet, but I think he'll be the starting nickel corner, I think. And I don't think he'll be the starting nickel corner like the whole way through. I think they're going to give their rookie Darren Hall some playing time as well. And I think he's going to get 19 solo tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions, and 1 pass defended. I'm not expecting like this big season from him, but I think he'll get a little bit of playing time. And we'll just see what he's got. But the nickel corner situation is kind of a question mark, but again, we'll just see what they got. And now for the safety, Richie Grant. I kind of think he'll have a similar season to AJ Terrell in his rookie year. He's not going to be, oh my gosh, good. He'll just be like, this guy could be good in the future. I'm going to give him 50 solo tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and 3 passes defended. Not a bad statistical year for a rookie safety in Richie Grant. Man, I'm excited for him, and I want to see him play, and let's just hope for the best. And then last but not least, frankly, I don't really know who's going to start alongside Richie Grant, but I'm going to assume it's Daron Harmon, and he's actually been kind of good, quietly good, I guess, because not a lot of people talk about him, but he's been pretty good in the NFL, and he might just be kind of like Darqueze Dennard was last year. I will admit, I didn't expect a lot from him, but he was a solid, fine corner for us in 2020, and that's kind of what I'm expecting from Daron Harmon, is a safety that, he's not amazing, he's not excellent, but he could do some good things for us. And I'm going to give him 36 solo tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, and 4 passes defended. I think that actually sounds about right for him. And that's actually all I got. The rest of the defensive players, I'm just simply not expecting a lot from them, but let me know if you guys think I'm wrong about any of the other players I didn't mention or the players I did mention. Just let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I will see you guys this Friday predicting the offensive player stats heading into the season. Other than that, I hope you all stay safe, and as always, rise up.